Hey y'all, this is Southern Woods here. Welcome to the March Madness Ice Cream Tournament finale. Yes, we are going on to the Elite Eight all the way to the championship. If you haven't seen part one, go check it out. Highly recommend that you do. So, we have 8 seeds left. The lowest seeds, the Cinderella Stories, being the 14th seed Graders. Be on the lookout for them. And the 10th seed Baskin Robbins. Everyone else, a inner top 10 seed. The Elite Eight is going to be best out of 5, just like the Sweet 16, but then afterwards, the Final 4, so on, will be best out of 7. Let's get the show started with the first seed, Ben & Jerry's, against the 9th seed, Talenti Gelato. We're starting with Category 4. Category 4 is going to be customer reviews here. Ben & Jerry, 4.6 out of 5 star average. Pretty good, pretty good. Talenti, 4.7 out of 5 star average, 0.1 difference, just enough to get them the nod over Ben & Jerry's. They are up 1-0. Ben & Jerry's swept the last seed Halo Top in the last video. Pretty strong run. It's won revenue, which Ben & Jerry's $910 million revenue, almost $1 billion. Talenti, $200 million. Pretty big difference there. Ben & Jerry's ties this thing up 1-1. All right, next up we have Category 5. My Funky 5 is going to be worker reviews. So Talenti, 4.1 out of 5 star among its workers. Same with Ben & Jerry's. So we got a re-roll going on, which is going to be Category 10. We're going on to the movie industry right now. Talenti is in 1 product placement. Will it be enough? No, because Ben & Jerry's is in 15. 14 movie/show difference. Ben & Jerry's goes up 2-1. Was that first point Talenti got just a fluke? We'll find out right now. You know me, I like to go for the one that falls. It's the chosen one. This is going to be Category 3, so we're going to flavor variety. I know Ben & Jerry's has a lot of flavors, but how about Talenti? Talenti, key lime, Caribbean coconut, Mediterranean mint, 21 more, so almost 25 different flavors. Ben & Jerry's, Chunky Monkey, coffee, fish food, pistachio, 95 more. They have just about 100 flavors, which I'm pretty sure is the most in the tournament. And with that, they go up 3-1, beating Talenti. Talenti, you are out of here. The only gelato brand, gone. Now, the next matchup in the Elite Eight, we have the 5th seed Breyers against the 4th seed Mayfield. In the first category we're drawing here is going to be 7. My personal preference here, I'm not a big fan of Breyers at all. I'm going with the trust and true Mayfield. 1-0. Next up, we have 9. My 9s have lines. And category 9 is going to be slogan. So Mayfield's slogan is, there's milk, then there's Mayfield. Pretty good, pretty good. Not too bad whatsoever. And Breyers is, it's way beyond ice cream. So good, it must be Breyers. They lost with this slogan last time. And you know, they're going to lose with this one again. It's just so long and such a mouthful, and it's blah. There's milk, then there's Mayfield. I like that just a tad better. Again, not too amazing, but they're going to go up 2-0, threatening to sweep Breyers in this Elite 8 matchup. Speaking of 8, we have Category 8, which is logo. Breyers won with this category in the Sweet 16. Again, I really like their logo. I like the black, white, and green color scheme. I like the font, and I like the mint leaf. Mayfield, very classic logo. With the very detailed cow, the yellow, white, and brown color scheme. Very iconic. This one's tough, but I'm going to give the nod here to Mayfield, only because it reminds me of ice cream more. It speaks ice cream, dairy more than Breyers does. And just for that, I think it just edges out Breyers. So we do have quite the shocker as Mayfield sweeps Breyers in this Elite 8 matchup. Breyers, you're out of here. Mayfield, you're moving on to the Final 4. So, next up, we have the 14th seed biggest Cinderella story thus far. Third to last seed, Graders against the 6th seed, Dryers. Dryers, aka Eddie's, Edie's, depending on where you are from. We're starting with category 4. So we are starting with customer review. Dryers here has a 4.6 out of 5-star average. Pretty good. Looking at Graders, they have a 4.8 out of 5-star average. Extremely good. So with that, they're going to take a 1-0 lead against Dryers. They impressed the last round. Will they do the same here? We have one, which is going to be revenue. They're not going to win in this category. Dryers, $372 million revenue. Graders, only $50 million. Pretty minuscule in comparison to some of the other competitors. Dryers ties this thing up 1-1. Next up, we have category 5. So we went from customer review to now the worker reviews. Graders, 3.5 out of 5-star average. Not amazing. Dryers, however, 3.1 out of 5 stars. So pretty bad in comparison. Graders, 2-1. They could do it. Next up, we have category 10 going to the film industry. See if that affects any of them. Dryers, 9 different product placements. Looking at Graders, they're in 3, but it's a 3 times different. Dryers is going to tie this thing up 2-2. A close, good matchup right here. Next up is going to be my personal preference. Y'all gonna hate me for this, but I have never had Graders. I've had Dryers a few times, so I'm gonna have to go with Dryers. If I'm pronouncing their brand wrong, I'm super sorry, but I'm not gonna look it up. I'm gonna roll with it. But they move on to the final 4, while Graders had a nice little run, but they are out of here. Sorry to all y'all who were rooting for them. In the final Elite 8 matchup, we have the 10th seed, which is now our next biggest Cinderella story. Baskin-Robbins, they may not seem like it. They're a pretty big brand. Going against the 2nd overall seed, Häagen-Dazs. Let's get this show on the road. We have category 8, which is going to be their logo. Baskin-Robbins won with this last round. Häagen-Dazs lost with this last round, and it's going to be the same difference. I like both their color schemes all right, but Häagen-Dazs, although it's a pretty logo, there's nothing clever or really ice cream speaking about it. Meanwhile, Baskin-Robbins, very clever, having the 31 different flavors within their BR and 31 different flavors. A little bit speaks to ice cream a bit more. So I'm going to give Baskin-Robbins the early 1-0 lead here. Next up, we have category 11. So we're going to the music industry, see if any of these are in the music. We already established last video, Häagen-Dazs is in 2 total songs, most notably by Shadow Walker. Meanwhile, Baskin-Robbins is in 10 total songs, most notably by Young Dro. So Baskin-Robbins, a quick 2-0 lead here. Will they sweep the 2nd overall seed, Häagen-Dazs? That would be very, very interesting. Although I wouldn't be too surprised. Category 4, to possibly end this, we're going to the customer reviews. Baskin-Robbins, 4 out of 5 stars. Not too impressive overall. Häagen-Dazs, however, 4.4 out of 5 stars. So quite a big difference. They're not going to get swept, but they are down 2-1 still. All right. Next up, we have category 1, which is going to be revenue. Häagen-Dazs, $785 million revenue. Baskin-Robbins, surprisingly, only $160 million. So Häagen-Dazs does tie this thing 2-2. We have a good final Elite 8 matchup. Very exciting. Let's see. It all comes down to 7. My personal preference. This has ruined brands before. Who will it ruin now? I'm sending one of these to the final 4. And honestly, I've had Häagen-Dazs a lot more, and I like Häagen-Dazs a bit more. Yeah. I'm sorry, Baskin-Robbins, but you're out of here. I do like your ice cream, but I just haven't had you enough time to establish a good feeling inside of me. That sounds weird. Häagen-Dazs, you're moving on to the final 4. Baskin-Robbins, you're out of here. All right, so in this final 4, we have all top 10 seeds and 3 out of the 4 are top 4 seeds. Dryers is the only exception, being the 6th seed. So they are your only Cinderella story, even though they're a top 10 seed. All right, to start off this Final Four matchup, we have the 1st seed Ben & Jerry's against the 4th seed Mayfield. This is best out of 7, so 1st to 4 instead of 3. Let's get this started with Category 9. Category 9 is going to be slogan. Ben & Jerry's Peace, Love, Ice Cream. How cool of you, man. How cringy of me. That's okay, Over here in Georgia, or in my area, we have a Peace Love pizza chain. I like that. So, I like that okay too. Mayfield, however, as we established, was there's milk, then there's Mayfield. I like both of these okay. Peace, Love, and Ice Cream. There's milk, then there's Mayfield. I'm going to give the nod here to Ben & Jerry's only because it speaks to ice cream a little bit more than Mayfield. Mayfield's slogan a little bit more broad, talking about their dairy overall. And with that, that's going to hurt them. I'm going to give Ben & Jerry the early nod 1-0. Next up, we have Category 11. So we're going to the music industry. Ben & Jerry, 16 different songs, most notably by 2 Chainz, E40, and Futuristic. So big notable brands there. Mayfield, no notable songs that I could find. So with that, Ben & Jerry's takes a quick 2-0 lead over Mayfield. Category 3. Come on, Mayfield, make this interesting. We already established Ben & Jerry's about 100 different flavors. Mayfield, about 50, but Ben & Jerry's double the amount. So this is not looking good. They are threatening to sweep Mayfield in a best out of 7 Final Four matchup. It's all going to come down possibly to Category 6. Category 6 is Established 8. This is something that Mayfield could have in their advantage. They do. Ben & Jerry's 1978 is when they're established. Mayfield 1923, about a 50 or so year difference. That's going to keep Mayfield from getting swept. But they're going to have to come up with a miraculous run here. Category 7. My personal preference. I do really like Ben & Jerry's. I think they have good premium ice cream. But I think Mayfield, almost as good in their quality, depending on what ice cream you get. Their little cups are kind of shitty. But I'm also thinking of the price difference too. Ben & Jerry's so expensive. Mayfield a little bit on the more affordable side. And I rarely get Ben & Jerry's because of that reason. Mayfield I have a lot more memories with in school. There's a lot more sentimental value there. So I'm going to give the nod here to Mayfield, actually. They're down 3-2. They still have some work to do. But my preference helped them out a little bit. Next up, we have Category 2. Category 2 here is going to be price of a pint. First time getting it in this episode. Average price of a pint for Mayfield, $1.75. Again, really affordable. As I just mentioned, Ben & Jerry's expensive, $6 on average a pint. So that's hurting them right now. Mayfield come back and tied this thing 3-3. Will they pull off a miraculous comeback? Or will Ben & Jerry's put them out right now? It all comes down to Category 4. Again, the customers. One of the most important things, they drive your industry. Mayfield, 4.7 out of 5-star review rating. Very established company, very old, very popular. Ben & Jerry's, 1.1 less difference, 4.6 out of 5-star rating. And with that, Mayfield down 3-0, comes back to beat Ben & Jerry's 4-3. Woo! That was exciting. Wow. And with that, the juggernaut Ben & Jerry's, you're out of here. Mayfield, you're moving on to the championship. Let's go. All right, in the last Final Four matchup, we have the 6th seed Dryers, the only non-top 4 seed in the Final Four, against the 2nd seed Häagen-Dazs. Let's get this thing started. We're going to start with Category 5. We're going to our workers right now. Häagen-Dazs, 3.9 out of 5-star average among its workers, which is one of the better ones, surprisingly. Almost that 4-star. Going now to Dryers, 3.1 out of 5-star. Not good whatsoever. Haagen-Dazs goes up 1-0. What's this? 10. 10 is now movies, dryers. 9 different product placements in the movie industry. Not bad. Haagen-Dazs, though, 20. The second most on this tournament. So, Haagen-Dazs goes up 2-0. Next up, we have category 1, which is going to be revenue, what they're seated upon. Haagen-Dazs, 785 million. Dryers, 372 million. Haagen-Dazs goes up 3-0, threatening to sweep Dryers, just like what happened. Will Dryers come back with a miraculous comeback? Or will they get put in their place right here, right now, and get swept? It comes down to category 6. Category 6 is established date. So, Dryers established in 1928. Haagen-Dazs, 1960. So, is it going to happen? They're not swept. It's 3-1. Will they ride the momentum like Mayfield did? Will the bowl be in their favor? This comes down possibly again to logo. So, looking at the Dryers logo, again, they've won with this before. I like the color scheme, the brown, yellow, white, with the ice cream being the apostrophe in Dryers. I like that a lot. Haagen-Dazs, we've established. I think it's a pretty logo. I like the color scheme, but nothing really speaks ice cream like Dryers does. So, once again, we're seeing possibly a big comeback. They're down 3-2. Next up, category 4. Category 4. Customers. They could decide it all. Haagen-Dazs, 4.4 out of 5-star rating. Dryers, 4.6 out of 5-star rating. All of a sudden, it's tied 3-3 once again. What will happen? Will this happen back-to-back? I think that'd be the first time we've ever seen this back-to-back. We have category 3, so comes down to total variety of flavors right now. Dryers, orange cream, churro crossroad, mocha almond, and 33 more, total 36 different flavors. Haagen-Dazs, bourbon pecan, caramel cone, cherry vanilla, and 36 more. They had 3 more flavors. Dryers could not come up with the miraculous comeback. Very close. Give a warm round of applause to Dryers right there. But Haagen-Dazs will move on to the championship. Dryers, you're out of here. So, y'all, in the ice cream championship, the mega ultimate showdown, we have the 4th seed Mayfield against the 2nd seed Haagen-Dazs. Let's get this started with category 5. So this is going to the workers first. Mayfield, a 3.3 out of 5-star rating. Haagen-Dazs, 3.9 out of 5-star. Haagen-Dazs with the 1-0 early lead. Next category we got going on is 11. 11, we're going to the music industry. Mayfield, no music. Haagen-Dazs, 2 songs, with Shadow Walker being the top artist, most notable artist. So with that, Haagen-Dazs, 2-0. Just smacked my finger on the table. We got 7 now, which is my personal preference here. Oh, man. Mayfield, a classic, sentimental. Haagen-Dazs, very good. But just like with Ben & Jerry's, kind of, there's something about Mayfield, that classic feeling. Kind of like with Bluebell, too. There's sort of a classic flavor, a classic thing about it. Very deep rooted in my childhood. Haagen-Dazs, very good as well. But I have had some mediocre... I've had mediocre things from Mayfield, too. But something's gravitating me towards Mayfield. They're getting a point here. They're down 2-1. They don't have to make as much as a miraculous comeback this time around. Next up, we have category 2, which is going to be price of a pint on average. Mayfield, we established, very cheap, $1.75. Haagen-Dazs, the most expensive on this tournament, $10 on average a pint. That's going to hurt them. Mayfield ties us up 2-2. We got something brewing over here in Mayfield. Let's see if it carries over to carry them all the way. We have Category 9 now. Category 9 is going to be slogan. Mayfield. There's milk, then there's Mayfield. They've won and they've lost with this. Haagen-Dazs, made like no other. There's something about that I really like. It's powerful, it's short, it's sweet, to the point. It doesn't really speak ice cream that much. Mayfield could say a little bit more, but I like the Haagen-Dazs one a little bit better. They're going up 3-2. What will happen here? The category drawn is 4. Again, customers, man. Gotta treat your customers right. Mayfield, 4.7 out of 5-star rating. Haagen-Dazs, 4.4 out of 5-star rating. In this championship, we have a tie to go to the very end. It is 3-3. Who will get the final point to be crowned the ice cream champion? The sweetest of treats comes down to variety of flavors. Haagen-Dazs, we established, had 39 flavors just last round. Mayfield, Moose Tracks, Smoky Mountain Fudge, Summer Berry, 47 more, a total of 50 flavors. Wow. Mayfield, they're pulling it off. They are the ice cream champion, the sweetest of treats, the Dairy Duke. It's going on. They are the winner. Haagen-Dazs gets second place. They couldn't pull it off. So we have the 4th seed being the winner here in the Ice Cream March Madness tournament. Give a warm shout out, well, a cold shout out to Mayfield possibly. I'm just missing with these puns and stuff. But, yeah, let me know what you thought about that March Madness tournament. If you want to see more, let me know. Hit that like button if you liked it. If you want to see more videos of mine, join the Southern Woods community and hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, y'all, more tournaments in the future. Southern Woods out.